Hello everybody, my name is Davis and welcome back to another video, and today we're here for another winter weather breakdown. So let's go ahead and get right into it, starting off with the watches, warnings, and advisories currently in effect. We have winter weather advisories and a line extending across portions of northwestern Illinois, eastern Iowa, southeastern Wisconsin, even getting into northwestern Wisconsin. We do have a special weather statement in effect as well for portions of central Indiana for the potential of some freezing drizzle, so look out for that. Some dense fog over portions of the Great Plains, so look out for that. But other than that, pretty calm right now. Next up, snow totals over the next 24 hours. This is the extra snow tacked on to what you may already see on the ground right now that could fall in the next 24 hours, okay? So we're going to be looking over a lot of snow here over portions of the eastern Midwest, the Northeast, really the decent chunk of the Ohio Valley as well, but also getting down into the Southeast a little bit once more, okay? So we're actually going to start off in the Southeast, where portions of northwestern North Carolina and northeastern Tennessee around the Johnson City area could even be looking at upwards of half an inch of snow on the ground in the next 24 hours, which for this time of year is not a common sighting, alright? So be sure to take advantage of that while you can. Portions of western Virginia here could be looking at much of the same, potentially upwards of half an inch of snow in the Pembroke, Springville, Blacksburg area, even going into Roanoke a little bit. You could be looking at a little bit of snow. Eastern West Virginia as well. You could be looking at a few inches of snow even here near Snowshoe, Marlintown, Philippi, Kingwood, Morgantown even. All those areas could be looking at anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of snow to fall in the next 24 hours. There's a 3-inch reading north of Masontown, okay? So just look out for that. I would say a decent amount of snow could fall there. Portions of western Maryland could see the same around Cumberland, Bowman's Addition, Mount Savage, Finsville, Friendsville, Jennings, and Fairview. That whole area could see some snow. Pennsylvania, southwest portions of the state, alright, like Indiana, Brush Valley, Black Lake, New Florence, that whole area could be in for a few inches of snow, but the rest of the state could be in for a decent dusting of snow just in general, okay? And then we get into New York even, where western portions of New York could be looking at potentially over an inch of snow in some isolated areas here. The more west you go, the more likely you're going to see that. Once you start to get into the Ohio Valley portion of New York, you definitely could be looking at a few inches of snow. Ohio, alright, we got a lot of snow here to fall in portions of Ohio, Columbus, Cleveland, Toledo, Canton, Akron, Jackson. Everywhere in Ohio, basically, could be looking at anywhere from nothing to an inch of snow over the next 24 hours. So look out for that. The only places in Ohio that are really going to see nothing are likely southwest portions of the state, like Cincinnati. But everywhere else is going to be in for a decent amount of snow, okay? So if you're a snow lover, get ready for that. Indiana, alright? Indiana's going to get hit pretty hard, where northwestern portions of the state around Gary could be looking at even upwards of another half foot of snow, potentially, in some isolated areas. Now, widespread, you're not going to be looking at half a foot of snow for sure, but there are there are several areas that have the potential to reach that half-foot mark, so I'd be looking out for that. Unfortunately, we cannot get a good reading in this area. All the readings are saying half an inch to an inch, but that's definitely not accurate, okay? So just keep that in mind, Indiana. Michigan, alright? Most of the state's going to be looking at a dusting of snow, except for maybe southwestern portions of the state and extreme northern portions. Wisconsin, the eastern portion of the state, could be looking at a few tenths of an inch of accumulation over the next 24 hours. Illinois, okay, lots of the state could be in for just that general dusting, alright, including Charleston, Tuscola, Canton, Galva, Chicago, maybe, Evanston, Joliet, as well as Godley, Belvedere, in that whole area. You could be looking at some snow, alright, so look out for that, but other than that, not too much, alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at what's next to come here, right? We're not looking at too much right now other than some snowfall, but what's next? Well, right now we can see our snow system across lots of the Ohio Valley and the Midwest here. That will move off to the southeast, and then by the beginning of next year, that will leave us, alright? Then we'll be looking at a potential severe weather event to unfold here in portions of the south central and southeastern United States across lots of the Dixie Alley. Mainly Louisiana, Mississippi are going to be in that threat, but it really shouldn't be anything too widespread or dangerous. Once we get past that, we could be looking at a very similar outbreak, but potentially worse, around January 6th, alright? Now, obviously, we've been talking about for a long time now how something big's going to happen in early January. Well, it's shaping up to look like this could definitely come to real life now, alright? For a while, we've been like, we don't know what's really going to happen. It's starting to look like we could be looking at a damaging wind, potentially even a tornado and large hail outbreak outbreak across much of the deep south in early January that will also create a somewhat type of a blizzard event here for lots of the Midwest, alright? So we're just going to have to watch that system very closely. It can make some sneaky moves, alright? So we're going to have to watch it good. Right after that system moves through, there's going to be another one that's going to do a very similar thing. Rain to the south, snow to the Midwest, and then another severe weather potential down in the southeastern United States this time. This one could be serious, but we are getting to the point in time where we're forecasting over 200 hours out, so nothing's going to be super accurate, so take this all with a grain of salt, but it's looking like we are entering into a very active period of weather, alright? So if you'd like to know everything that's going to happen with the weather over the next few weeks, and really the next few years in general, at least as far as my plans go, then stay tuned to this channel, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.